Stuart, what's it been like for the players in the build up to this one, not knowing what the Czech squad will be?
Yeah, it's been a bit unusual. After the game, when we found out what the Czechs had said, what they'd released, so there was a bit of confusion around that. But it was cleared up pretty quickly in the morning, and we continued training as usual, and the preparation was as it has been. So yeah, we just sort of carried on, and obviously quite a strange circumstance, but it's business as usual for us.
For you as a player, do you like to kind of research the players you might be playing against type of thing, or take the guidance from the analysts, and is that now going to be more difficult for you as an individual?
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge for everyone involved, really, because you've prepared for certain individuals to play as if you would any other game. So for that to change quite dramatically is unusual again, and the preparation will be probably shorter than usual. But that's something we have to deal with as a team and go into the game as we would any other.
Does that mean there's more pressure on Scotland to win because it's a Czech B team effectively?
I mean, there's always expectation on us to do well and to win certain games, and some games probably harder than others. And this is no different. We always feel pressure going into games because we want to do well for the country and we want to do well for ourselves and the team. Yeah, so we'll be looking to do well as we always have been.
How are you finding life as a footballer under these restrictions? Protocols and what have you, on the whole coronavirus situation?
It was probably difficult at first, restricted in some ways, but when we started training again down at Southampton, it took us a week or two, and the sort of rules slightly softened, allowed us to train properly, and once the games began, after one or two, you become used to the way things are, and they're slowly, returning to normal, and having the frequent tests always helps for peace of mind and for that control around the group. So yeah, I think you just get used to your surroundings.
How's the Scotland camp been? Has it been difficult for everybody to get together in kind of the normal way they do?
It's obviously different. There's protocols in place, but we're all used to our own circumstances at club level. We're all used to the tests. We're all used to the way things operate now. So it's just an extension of that coming to Scotland, and it's very familiar. We all know each other. We all know the staff very well. So we've all been quite comfortable with the protocols in place.
Stuart, is this the strangest build-up to a game that you've been involved in? And if it is, does it have any effect on you mentally or in any other way?
Probably. I mean, I've never experienced a whole squad change shortly before the game's due to kick off. But at the end of the day, it's a game of football. We prepare as we have been. It's not altered our preparation at all in terms of training. So it'll be a challenge because it'll be a fresh squad we're facing, but we're looking forward to it.
And as an individual, are you happy to play, happy to travel? It's obviously difficult for everyone, international travel's a bit of a nightmare for everyone. Are you 100% happy that the game's going ahead?
Yeah, I think, as I just explained, I think everyone is comfortable with the protocols in place. Everyone, I think during lockdown, was just keen to get back playing football, and everyone is quite welcoming and accepting of the new regulations in place to keep everyone safe, to keep everything under control. So yeah, I think all the boys are quite comfortable with the situation and quite happy to go.
And is there a feeling that you want to improve from Friday night? Is there a feeling that can be done quite quickly, that there's kind of more work to be done?
Certainly a performance we want to build on, and there are some positives to take, and always something to learn. So yeah, tomorrow night's another opportunity to do better.
Sure. How much do you need this game in the build up as well to those big playoff games next month?
Game time's always important, especially in these international games where you have players who might not have played with each other before, or if we have a new system, or ideas we'd like to work on. So game time on the pitch is very important.
And for yourself as a midfielder. It's seen as the most competitive area of this Scotland squad. How do you find that battle between the other players in the squad?
I think it's what you want. I think you want players doing well, and that's what the Scotland squad's all about, is selecting the boys that have done well at club level. You want that competition for places, because when you get your opportunity that you're going to give it everything you have, and that's what we like to see, and it should be like that.
So many options as well. There's the potential, like we've seen in other games, of putting square pegs in round holes for yourself. Is that something that you're happy to play in a number of positions for the squad?
I think whatever position you're asked to play, whatever role you're asked to play, when it comes to Scotland, I think everyone is happy to do so, to help the country succeed.
Do you sense that the dynamic has changed with the changes that the Czech Republic are having to make in terms of your feeling, the expectations on the players, and maybe what you would now take as a good result over there?
Sorry, could you rephrase that?
Do you sense that the dynamic has changed in terms of what's expected from Scotland now? In other words, you're pretty much expected to win.
I think there's always expectation on us. Now that they're not feeling their strongest team, so to speak, the expectation will be greater. That's natural. But we always have expectation on ourselves. So we'll be looking to fulfil that when we go over there.
I guess you might have taken 4 points out of 6 before a ball was kicked in either of these two games. That must be the goal now, which would mean victory tomorrow night.
We go into every game wanting to win, and certainly with the quality we have in the squad, we feel that we're capable of producing good results, and we're building up to do that, and hopefully we can over the next couple of months.
Stuart, what's it been like fitness-wise, given that you're in a pre-season effectively at club level, and some of the players locally based or have started the season already? Has it been difficult or different in any way?
No, I wouldn't say so. We're at different stages currently, but because we finished our season, we had a lot of games in quick succession, short break, then back in. Certainly up here, they've started the league, so they're in that run again. I would say fitness-wise, we're kind of similar, because we're doing a lot of work at home, then back in, then out. It's very similar, and the fitness level's been pretty good.
And has this camp helped you for the start of the weekend when the league games start again?
Yeah, preparation-wise, it's always good to have high-intensity training, a lot of competitiveness out there, which is good, and anything like that always helps you go into games feeling prepared.
The ending of the season come at the wrong time for you. Do you feel that you were getting a good run of games and you were playing well and contributing? In a way, did it come at the wrong time? The end of the season, end of the English season, when you were playing quite a bit.
No, I didn't have that feeling at all. It felt like a season of two halves for me personally. The first half being pretty bad and the second half being pretty good. So I think you can always draw a line under each season and look back and reflect and see what you can improve on. And for me, the cliche of it was a tale of two halves for me personally. So going into the fresh new season, I'll be looking to build on the end of the last.
Stuart, I think the list of Czech players is out now. Do you know them? Do you know anything about the players that you'll come up against tomorrow night?
Currently no, but I'm sure a lot of us will become accustomed to them over the next 24 hours. And as we've said before, the preparation is short, only natural with what's happened, and you can't take anything for granted during the situation at the moment. So we'll have a look certainly over the next day.
A lot of quick research.
Yeah.